Welcome to our deep dive into the origins of crime. Today, we're exploring whether crime is a uniquely human phenomenon or if it exists in other species too. Now, you might be thinking, John, why are we talking about this? And to that I say, have you met humans? We're a mess. We invent problems just to solve them, and then we complain about the solutions. So naturally, the question of whether we're the only jerks in the animal kingdom who break the rules is pretty fascinating. Let's be honest, the answer is probably no, but the journey to figuring that out? Oh boy, that's going to be a wild ride. Let's get started.
Let's kick things off with a blast from the past, all the way back to the cradle of civilization. That's right, folks, we're talking Mesopotamia. Now, you might think that ancient civilizations were all about peace and harmony, but let me tell you, those folks were just as messy as we are. We're talking theft, assault, even white-collar crime. Well, maybe not white-collar. They didn't have collars back then. Point is, the Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest known sets of laws, is basically a greatest hits compilation of all the messed up things humans could do to each other, even back then. I mean, an eye for an eye isn't exactly the most forgiving legal principle. It does make you wonder, were they just terrible people back then, or is messing with each other just a tale as old as time?
Now, before we get too smug about humans being the only criminals, let's take a walk on the wild side. Because guess what? Animals can be jerks too. Take, for instance, our feathered friends. Birds, those chirpy little devils, are notorious for stealing food from each other. Ever seen a seagull swipe a French fry? That's grand larceny, my friends. And don't even get me started on primates. Those guys and gals are masters of deception and manipulation. They've got social hierarchies that would make even the most cutthroat corporate boardroom look like a playground. And don't think for a second that violence is off the table. We've all seen those nature documentaries where a hippo decides to throw its weight around, literally. It's a jungle out there, people, and I'm not just talking about the rainforest.
Chapter 3. The Great Crime Ranking from Saints to Sinners. Alright, time for a little game. Let's rank the animal kingdom based on their likelihood of committing crimes. At the bottom of the list, we've got our pacifists, the creatures so pure they wouldn't hurt a fly. Think sloths, those chilled-out tree dwellers, or pandas who are too busy being adorable to even think about breaking the law. Then we've got our middle-of-the-roaders, animals who might dabble in a little petty theft or the occasional turf war, but nothing too serious. Deer come to mind, always nibbling on your garden, but never quite crossing the line into full-blown criminal masterminds. And then, at the top of our list, we have, well, it's a tight race between primates and, you guessed it, humans.
Chapter 4. Humans. Top of the criminal food chain. So, where do we, the human race, stand in all of this? Well, it's complicated. Sure, other animals steal, cheat, and even kill. But humans. We've taken crime to an art form. We've got organized crime, white-collar crime, even crimes of passion that would make Shakespeare blush. We invent new ways to break the rules faster than we can write laws to stop ourselves. But here's the thing. While other animals might act out of instinct or survival, humans have this unique capacity for moral reasoning. We understand right and wrong, even when we choose to ignore it. And that, my friends, is what makes human crime so fascinating, so frustrating, and honestly, a little bit hilarious. We're a species capable of great love and compassion, yet we also can't resist the urge to stick it to our neighbour, even if it's just for a slightly better parking spot.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through the origins of crime. We've explored the dark underbelly of the animal kingdom, from thieving birds to scheming primates. And while we might not have all the answers, one thing is clear. Crime is a complex issue with roots in both our biology and our culture. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more intriguing content. Stay curious and stay out of trouble.